There's thousands of videos on YouTube claiming to know everything about GTA 6, but nobody has done a video like this. Here's everything you need to know about GTA 6, from leaks to confirmed headlines and speculation. This isn't your average clickbait, this is the real deal. Disclaimer, all information in this video is public knowledge or from the public domain, so to respect Rockstar, Take-Two and their terms of service, all the information provided is of legal means and available online already. Trailer 1 dropped way back in December 2023 and it gave us a sneak peek of Vice City, now part of the Leonide estate, and introduced our protagonists Lucia and Jason, with her being GTA's first female lead and the main focus. The trailer showed us Rockstar's idea of diverse environments, neon-esque backstreets, Miami vibe beaches, crystal clear waterways and highways packed to the limit. May 2025 time and things got expanded with a second trailer, this time giving us a glimpse of tropical backdrops, rural roadways, ports and industrial zones, and deeper in the character relations between Lucille and Jason, teasing their thicker than thieves partnership and deeper complexities. And on the Rockstar site you can see key character bios and extra info and deeper lore from the game that you won't see from trailer footage alone. And since Rockstar keeps a tight lock on any reveals, no breakdown would be complete without covering leaks that have already been made public online. We won't be leaking anything that isn't already public record though, we love you Rockstar. In 2022, back in September, there was over 90 different pieces of dev footage leaked, showing Lucia, Jason and a rough version of Vice City in development. Of course, for legal reasons I'm not going to show this footage. Rockstar acknowledged there was a breach though, but it mentioned that early footage didn't represent the final game's vision. But the leak showed an idea of what we'll be getting: robberies, shooting, driving and a raw version of the character switching, which is back. But they also showed placeholder elements and private developer tools, showing behind the scenes info which alluded to dynamic wanted systems and weather control. A lot of what was seen was polished somewhat and confirmed when the trailers actually dropped. But leaks didn't stop there. GameRoll revealed the protagonists' full names before they were confirmed. Then they dropped north of 700 enterable stores, the story split into 5 different chapters, inside scoop behind the dual protagonists, and they made some claims about some leaked features like dual wielding, prone mode and more lewd content, which was all removed. Although it's unverifiable, it did add more speculation and flames to the fire. Ambitions behind the game are clear, which is actually evident by 9 different patents registered by Take-Two, which is available on public documents, GTA's publisher by the way. The first one alludes apparently to smarter character navigation systems. Filed in April 2019, apparently this is a big upgrade to character AI, bringing some kind of GPS-like pathing system to improve default node systems. This could mean better traffic systems on roads, smoother turns and movement by AI and more. NPCs might even interact more with the world or do more spontaneous things. The second one is allegedly linked to character movement, so instead of robotic movements it could mean that it lets them to adapt to any things affecting the character, like damage or events. The third links to character facial animations according to the public info, removing limitations perhaps from blank expressions from people's faces, utilising motion capture and AI to make faces more realistic and have realistic expressions to be way more cinematic. Hopefully no more NPCs with the same tech or the same reactions. The fourth one affects animations adapting to different body types apparently, so this means animations may not be broken like in GTA 5 when characters are skewed or have different body types. So for example, each actor might now have more tailor-made animations to fit their body types or their outfits that they're wearing. The next one affects procedural interiors and world elements, so instead of handcrafting each and every interior, this could perhaps lead to a clue that Rockstar may be making use of procedurally generated cells and elements so that each interior and room is built out of different combos of props and decorations, and maybe there might be more buildings to explore in game, because if you've noticed in the past GTA games, there's only so many buildings you can go inside. Even with mods, every single building is not explorable. For number 6, graphics rendering that affects the surrounding world is another one that's claimed to be filed, which may change how the environment elements such as snow and rain build up and affect the world around it. So instead of having a reliance on pre-made graphics or elements to make these, this could mean we could see real-time effects like melting snow or dirt on vehicles in a real-world physics kind of way. For number 7, this one covers management of players sharing space in multiplayer sessions, so this could split or merge player groups in the world dynamically in order to balance the density of players in a given specific area so they may seem more populated, and maybe it could phase players in or out. This could make server limitations and performance bounce together. The next one covers safe trading systems between players, so this likely may bring some kind of secure environment for trading and selling between players online. Maybe this could involve real-world money exchanges, detection of fraud, and some kind of reputation system, and provide a safe online environment for everyone, and it may involve user-generated content in some way like Roblox or Fortnite, which we'll talk on later. Now the last one people claim may be some kind of AI-based anti-cheat system, kind of like VACnet for Counter-Strike, which potentially could be a shift from the standard scanning of the game files, the system memory, and loaded drivers, and be more of a shift to a computer-based heuristics detection system based on behavior like aim speed, players' habits and patterns and stats. It may or may not move away from the rootkit-like kernel anti-cheats we're used to right now, but this is just speculation. It could also mean playing with cosmetic mods may be safe and allowed, whilst game-altering mods which affect online play are blocked. This could be a huge thing if true, but it's all a guess and hearsay at this point. Of course, all these patents are based on theory from their general public registrations and documents, and not actually confirmed information that was leaked, but they could allude to some pretty cool features if any of them turn out to be true. The Rockstar frontman and co-founder Dan Houser did leave the company back in 2020, so now Rockstar is developing its newest game for the first time without him, so this could mean the humour and the story may be a lot different to what we're used to and love, so it's going to be interesting to see how everything turns out once it drops, and if there's a different feeling or not. Or maybe we'll find out that he actually finished work on the game before he left. It's all up in the air at this point. Now there's a lot of clash about the in-game tone of the story, and there's a divide between liberal people and those who are on the other side or anti-woke. This can be related perhaps to misogynistic sentiments related to there being the first female protagonist, as well as how women are represented in the game in different ways. Whilst most of us welcome a female leading character, some fans see this as Rockstar being woke, but if we look at this non-biased, you can see that there's two main characters, one of them's female and one of them's male, so there's a clear balance there, so there doesn't really seem to be a clear-cut problem at all. And the use of viral memes and references in the trailers has fans split too, as they think that the developers are trying too hard to appeal to TikTok fans and social media users, which I guess is their user base in the end of the day. GTA Plus and microtransactions are also a big debate. People are hoping story content and missions won't be locked behind some kind of paywall. People weren't happy about how overly monetized GTA 5 Online was. Will it be the same? Well, judging by the huge $2 billion budget for GTA 6, it's highly likely. Monetization will probably be taken up a level. I imagine if there's UGC content, user-generated content, made by players or developers like there is on Roblox, Rockstar will find a way to take a bigger cut. Since this is a mods channel though, you know I had to talk about it, especially since I have some of the highest viewed GTA mod tutorials and some showcases on YouTube. With Rockstar acquiring 5M, we're all wondering if they'll be pro mods now, or if they'll shift more towards a gated and controlled modding system behind some kind of paywall. Also, will this mean they'll be working closely with the 5M team to bring modded servers, game modes and more to their new multiplayer, all in one cohesive experience? Public job listings by Rockstar and its parent companies show a lot of ambition, with job postings related to things like the creator platform and multiplayer infrastructure, mobile engineers being recruited, perhaps for some kind of companion app which we're going to cover, and tools for moderation or AI behavior and social features. A lot of the language seems consistent with the same kind of project, so I'm sure they're all related, so it's likely they're building out some kind of huge content pipeline system that will be huge. The official GTA website has a bunch of character profiles that give us a little bit more information on the story and the character's place in it. Jason has tried to get away from a criminal past and he's had some time in the military. He's now back working for narcotics runners whilst thinking about his exit plan. His story is tied to Lucia and their partnership together. Lucia Caminos was brought up in a harsh environment and she learned to survive and look out for herself from her father. She ran in with the prison system in Leonida after defending her family, but was fortunate enough to get a second chance, and now she's conscious of keeping a lower profile, or, as we'll see, a smarter approach, and is looking to hit it big time, seeing working with Jason as her ticket to the big leagues. As for some of the lesser characters in the supporting roles though, Cal is a friend of Jason's who lives a private life, tapping into Coast Guard communications, and seems to be happy with his life, but is more suspicious of what's happening around him. Booby Ike is a legend of the local nightlife scene in Vice City, translating his knowledge of the streets into an empire which spans real estate, a gentleman's club, if you know what I mean, and a record studio. Basically, he's all business. He's not all self-serving though, as he has some kind of partnership with a music mogul called Dre Quan, and Dre Quan is focused on trying to get a huge hit in music, running a record label with Ike. He's more into hustling than crime-related activities, and he's looking to promote new talent like the group Real Dimes. Real Dimes are basically a female power duo who are longtime friends and partners in music, who leverage their street smarts and social media presence to success. Raul Batista is an experienced bank robber, looking for more people to run heists with. He's a strategic mind and he's always trying to increase the stakes. Brian Hedder is an old gen runner from Vice City, running his operations from his boatyard, offering a place to stay for Jason in exchange for his part in jobs, and for some others from the trailers. There's a pregnant lady in the trailers that's been shown a few times, and she seems to be seen a lot with Lucia, but her relationship to her is unconfirmed. The young man who's always with this pregnant lady and Lucia seems to be part of the same friendship group, and she's spotted with Jason and Lucia in the nightclub in the trailers, and seems to be perhaps a member of the LGBTQ community based on his mannerisms, and maybe a friend of them both in the story. There's also a reoccurring cop who's shown more so in the second trailer, and he looks like he's on the hunt for the prime suspects, Lucia and Jason, and maybe he seems like he might be part of the main group hunting them. But in San Andreas fashion, perhaps there could be some element of corruption going on there too. We also see Phil in a commercial for ammunition, and he seems like some kind of local celebrity or big time gunhead, and seems to be a reference to Phil Cassidy from the earlier games, specifically Vice City, and seems to be the face of the ammunition brand. We haven't seen any kind of evidence of RPG mechanics or features, player-driven dialogue choices that affect the game, or more intertwining sub-narratives yet, so don't expect any kind of Inception level story arcs. But you can expect some serious consequences, different mission routes, or methods between stealth and going loud, or things that impact the later game. Clues currently lead to similar styles of heist like we saw in GTA 5, and some kind of character swapping system like in the previous game. Recent game leaks again from Game Roll seem to theorize there could be some kind of relationship system like we saw in San Andreas, but more so focused on some kind of trust meter between the two protagonists, which may be shaped by their choices, which could mirror Red Dead 2's honor system. This could allude to the idea that your actions could affect how the characters work or interact together, but this is unconfirmed. Most of us expect it to rival and exceed the storylines from GTA 5, with some people claiming it could be 35 up to even 60 plus hours of gameplay on the main story alone, with side missions and gigs to stretch the gameplay even further. The game might be big in scope of the narrative, but it's the size of the vast world that's big in GTA 6. It features the most ambitious, huge map by Rockstar thus far, and what's evident is it's a recreation in their own eyes of a modern Miami in the GTA universe, and from descriptions, it features neon-lit streets, bright deco architecture, and a busy nightlife scene. There's vibrant neighborhoods with beach clubs and bars, and lots of enterable interiors. Places such as Vice Beach and downtown core seem super alive, showing its urban immersion, but the degree of accessible interiors is yet to be seen. The Miami Keys seems to be Rockstar's version of the Florida Keys. There's islands connected by bridges, with marinas, long water runs, and forests, and the dense coastal scenes could suggest interactable activities like diving, boating, and fishing. Grass Rivers, with its sprawling marshlands, rivers, and dense foliage, is more inspired by the Florida Everglades. There's a bunch of natural settings with log cabins, gators, birds, and wildlife, plenty of nature. There's also Port Gellhorn, which is a vast rural and suburban coastal area with a bunch of commercial and industrial infrastructure, with dense forests, open green fields, and rolling hills. There's docks with shipping containers and cargo ships, so it's clearly a logistics hub of sorts. As for Ambrosia, it's an inland city in the central part of Leonida, a hub of industry and agriculture, with a huge crystal sugar refinery, farmlands, pollution from factories, and crop burning with its bluer atmosphere. This place has a strong biker gang presence. Maybe we'll see the Lost and Damned again or some other kind of chapter. Mount Kalaja is a huge wilderness in the mountains with forest trails, jagged rock structures, panoramic views, and a spot to walk and drive off-road, with themes of hunting and wildlife encounters. The Community GTA 6 mapping project is an amazing recreation of the GTA 6 map, with players including artists and analysts who've mapped all the POIs as seen in trailers and online material, or from leaks, and then mapping them to their likely locations on the map, taking clues from real-life Miami's architecture and locations, and from topography, geographical research, and guesswork. And the best part is, it's all interactable online, resulting in the most detailed pre-release map that you can see personally yourself. The Project America's report from Bloomberg claimed it would originally be a multi-map project, but this was allegedly scaled back later to focus more on Leonida State and Vice City, with greater long-term promised updates. The in-game city license plates do lend clues to real in-game locations, and it's canon to potential post-launch destinations, which may be added in the future, inspired by those original ambitions, with people claiming the new map is 70% bigger than GTA 5, and they also believe there'll still be future DLC to expand its borders or add brand new states. Guns and duels are getting a big facelift. Think Red Dead 2 but quicker with better reload animations, realistic visual wear on the weapons, and gun feedback. Instead of carrying endless guns in your pocket, characters will have a more limited weapon wheel with everything physically holstered on the character, with a trunk storage system in cars for guns and added storage, just like the saddle system in Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's taken inspiration from real-world guns for the arsenal, with leaks claiming we'll get weapons like the Ruger 1022, Springfield M1A, M16, MGL nade launcher, MK48 machine gun, M249 saw, 6 Sauer P320 Glock hybrid, the Colt M1911, Beretta M92 FS and the Beretta M9, double barrel, Mossberg 590 and the Benelli M4, the M4A1 SOT mod and the Remington sniper, just to name a few off the list, with some more compact SMG and micro SMGs with some modern and classical pistols. The smoke nades, flashbangs and rocket launchers also making a comeback. GTA 6 goes deeper with the melee weapons like pool cues, knives, baseball bats, golf clubs and torches that can be used to hit people, all the weapons we're used to. As for immersion, there's also shoulder switching to change perspectives, grappling animations to move around, picking up and also dropping items. Some of the leaked tools and items though include the auto dialer and mobilizer bypass, slim jim and hacker jammer and cutoff tools for carjacking, stealth gear and binoculars, and items like backpacks, duffel bags and USBs too, along with a bunch of med items like painkillers, drinks and consumable substances for buffs and debuffs. It seems like this is going to be the most tactical and immersive Grand Theft Auto we've seen, with destructive gun exchanges, careful planning for stealth and missions, and a huge arsenal of firearms to use in different situations, with creative ways to tackle missions with the gadgets for improvisation. There seems to be a huge overhaul to the wanted system, with a witness system and evidence-based crime reporting and detective work. NPCs will react in unique ways to different crimes. They might flee, they might record what's happening, try to intervene or even dial the authorities. Police radios and alerts showcase what's going on for a more realistic way of crimes and police response. Police units will coordinate their tactics, escape routes or takedown methods, and work between different agencies to respond with varying tactics and levels based on the crime and the position of the player. Footage so far seems to show a real line of sight implementation, with cops losing the player when they're out of sight, instead of having predator-like perception like some kind of bloodhound in the old games. This could balance police encounters a lot more and make escaping easier. Being wanted is based on evidence, repeat offences, accounts from eyewitnesses, vehicles used by players, security cameras and more. There are clues that you may even be able to make a surrender to police. You might be banned from certain premises if you have a criminal record, and more that just makes the plot thicken and go deeper. This gives criminal activity real world weight and consequences in the game. The garage of vehicles seems huge, bringing us everything from sedans to supercars, yachts and jet skis and even choppers. Urban areas will be more crowded with the flashier cars and bikes, with the more rural of areas and highways featuring vehicles of convenience like trucks and off-road bikes, managed by the new virtual navigation system. Physics and visual improvements can be seen, with vehicles accumulating damage, dirt and degradation over time. The weather effects and realistic windscreen wipers and tyre effects have also been noticed. Boats create real-world spray effects during missions. The trailers seem to give us clues there will be some immense levels of customization for vehicles, with tons of paint jobs, body kit swaps and upgrades and repairs. For interior kit, there seems to be working gauges, police equipment you can utilize, interactive radio comms and nav interfaces. You may need to stash different pieces of gear across different vehicles, meaning planning is important, and this may be a big thing in Heists. Players can now stake out different types of businesses, each that have different entry and exfil points, interiors and strategies required to pull off successful heists at the locations. On trailers, it seems like we'll be using smartphones to take pictures, using messaging apps to contact NPCs and players, and we have access to things like selfie features and social media feeds. And we've seen smart watches and more modern interactive car dashboards too, which may be accessible. As for minigames and activities, we've got gym workouts, boxing rings, fishing, underwater diving, pool, off-road biking, basketball and casino gambling, which all seem to be strongly inferred, which may all affect stats or appearances of the player as seen in Red Dead and San Andreas. It seems like some of the customization will be more intense for characters, with weight gain and weight loss and musculature and hair growth systems. There will be changes of schedules for opening times for different stores. Random encounters in the world will make use of the navigation system to bring in spontaneous events like deals, bus, DUI stops and traffic blocks to make the world feel more alive. This may even include things like creeps and weirdos or kidnappings, more random than scripted. With the keys and Everglades and the diverse coastline and waterways, GTA 6 will have a crazy opportunity to explore water and oceans, with encounters based on the maritime nature of Florida. The weather and physics show very advanced water, with puddles during rainfall, backspray from tyres from driving, and an effect on the tyre grip, so expect hydroplaning and alterations to traction which will affect your ability to drive. Maybe even grime and debris might build up that could affect your vehicle over time. Dynamic vegetation swaying will be impacted by the strong winds, which may also impact the movement of NPCs and vehicles too, and you might expect to see flash flooding, heat waves or hurricanes and natural disasters driven by the AI director systems. It's no secret GTA 6 will push current gen hardware and consoles to the limits. For PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, Rockstar want to maintain visuals whilst hitting 30 FPS on these systems, which is a big ask with the scope. As for FPS, PC players will need some serious hardware if they want to get 60 FPS and above. We're talking high-end GPUs, CPUs, memory and more. Like in GTA 5, turning down population density and visual fidelity to save some VRAM and graphics load could help it to run on dated systems, but it's probably evident most of us need an upgrade to run this. Reports from internal testing Rumours claim 32GB of RAM and a GPU on a similar level to an RTX 3070 or above should be at least expected as a minimum. Us PC players in the past have been used to a minimum of 16 to 18 months waiting time for a release after console, which sucks, but with just how much consoles will pay to have exclusive rights or early release, it's no surprise, and it only adds to more hype and FOMO, which results in more money for Rockstar. Remember how many years we had to wait to get a Steam release of GTA 5? GTA Plus is confirmed to continue with GTA 6 Online. Expect monthly bonuses like special vehicles, outfits, currency bonuses and weapon modifications just like in the previous game. Microtransactions seem to also be a thing we should expect, especially after the huge monetary gain that Rockstar saw from selling shark cards and other transactions. Single player monetization seems unconfirmed, but people are already speculating things like paywalls for DLC and added campaigns and story missions. Players will also apparently be able to earn in-game content from promos like Twitch Prime from watching live streams like back in GTA 5. User-generated content, UGC, seems to have been publicly made with some kind of user marketplace to create, sell and share custom content like missions, which is consistent with their purchase of the 5M platform, with apparent revenue share with the creators split between them and Rockstar themselves. Official clarification is needed though on Rockstar's end on balancing community content with company content, paywall transparency and greater details surrounding this. With a public job post regarding mobile developers, it seems to lead to the point that Rockstar may be planning a companion app to keep players immersed and connected to GTA 6, perhaps with some kind of remote control over their character or their characters' businesses to help keep things automated, maybe like some kind of idle game. With ways to tweak your character or track stats and progress, with a live world map and ways to access your achievements and trophies, and probably ways to access special mobile only promos and rewards like Bungie did with Halo Reach back in the day. GTA 5 was revolutionary, but GTA 6 is built from the ground up again, with no stats or assets carrying over. It's basically a clean slate for everyone. Single player is said to drop in May 2026, with online making its way right with it or shortly after. Player counts of 64 to 94 players are said to be a thing. Imagine the scale of events and chaos in the world with those sizes. Understand why some of the previously mentioned systems are needed now? Project Rome is a platform where allegedly players can create anything. New modes, new islands, kind of like a mix of Roblox and Fortnite level customization, but in the GTA universe. Players making real world money and sharing them across the ecosystem is going to be crazy, with Rockstar handling the complex systems and pipelines to do so, and players just handling the creativity side. Roleplay is no longer constricted to 5M and PC modders. It seems like roleplay servers might be actually hitting consoles too, with a thriving RP community going from underground to mainstream thanks to its broader popularity. Rockstar seems to be building the future of gaming online. With so many intertwining systems, it'll surely make the game super addictive. Their account system is already replacing Social Club, which most people are tired of, which unifies everything together like purchases and save data on the cloud, with better cross-platform progression across PCs and consoles, with shared friends lists, basically one account to do it all. GTA 6 drops May the 26th, 2026 for PS5 and Xbox Series X. No day one release for us PC players, so expect that months later. Single player dropping in May with online alongside it or sometime later. Modding, roleplay, creator platform content and user generated content and potential DLC or map updates will likely roll out at a later date in some kind of content drip feed system. Remember, this is a live service game. And premium features like GTA 6 Plus Plus will phase in as the year progresses. The game is said to be at the price point of somewhere between $59.99 and $99.99, with some sources saying it'll be at least $100 or more, and potentially there may even be a deluxe bundle with early access features and currency bonuses, with an art book, statue and digital content, with an ultimate edition at the higher price points. For a disclaimer, yet again, everything covered in this video is from official trailers, dev statements, Rockstar posts or confirmations, rumours or fan speculation, public documents and patent filings, and material from the public domain, of course for legal reasons and means to respect Rockstar and Take-Two's legal framework, terms of service and user agreements. Everything could change and be a surprise and could improve later, and many of this is speculation and unconfirmed. Comment below, what are you most excited about in GTA 6? Did I miss anything? Are there any new rumours not covered in this video? And if it was useful and saved you time or you learned something new, smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss early GTA news and mod videos, and check out these two videos next.